Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. We're continuing here at Carrickfergus, and it's very windy, so I hope you can hear me okay. But where we are actually is at the War Memorial, and this is a superb War Memorial, and so I'm going to show you it. But it's right round here, as you can see, but I want to show you the pair of boots. A pair of soldier's boots. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? That's the soldier's boots. So this is pretty amazing. This War Memorial, I would say, is one of the best that there is in Northern Ireland, maybe even the whole of Ireland. But I'm going to show you some of the boards. I'll not read all the boards, just read a wee bit. But you can see that that one's to the 36th Ulster Division. Battle of the Somme, 1st of July, 1916. And then there's the main memorial here, the wee stone. It says this stone was erected in 1972 AD as a memorial to those citizens of the Boer who gave their lives in the two world wars, 1914 to 1918, 1939 to 1945, and in subsequent conflicts. And you can see all the poppy wreaths. And so there's another wee inscription here. And I'm going to show you it. It says there, Battle of Britain, September 1940. And this is a quote by Churchill. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. So there you go. That was for the Battle of Britain. And there's other wee plaques there as well. And I'll just, while we're here, I'll show you these quickly. This plaque was erected on the 4th of June 2012 by Carrickfergus Borough Council to mark the 20th anniversary of the tragic coach crash by Brantang Woodburn Road, Carrickfergus, in commemoration of the many victims. And then it tells you who lost their lives there. And this one here is the Northern Ireland Fire and Rescue Service. And this one is the Royal Ulster Constabulary George Cross. So I'll read this one out to you. This plaque was erected on the 1st of October 2022 to give thanks to the officers of the Royal Ulster Constabulary George Cross and RUC Reserve Constabulary who give service to the community of Carrickfergus, and to remember those officers who died as a result of terrorism, lest we forget. And this one here is another one. It's the Fighting McTamneys, and it's Robert Samuel or Bobby, and it's Macatomy, I think it is, and it's Thomas Macatomy and George Macatomy, Royal Navy, Francis Kirk and Daniel Macatomy, Royal Air Force, William Macatomy, Royal Enniskillen Fusiliers, and Margaret Peggy Macatomy, Auxiliary Territorial Service. 7 members of the Carrickfergus family were in uniform during the Second World War in proud memory of their service, lest we forget. So there you are. It's fantastic that that whole family actually took part. And you can see one of the summer seats there, and it's the Northern Ireland Centenary. So there you are, and there's a wee map there. That's the 100th anniversary of the founding of Northern Ireland. And so I'll show you this wee monument as well. And then I have a tank to show you, and an artillery piece as well. There you can see, lest we forget. And this one is in memory of the part-time members of ACOI 9 UDR who were murdered by terrorists, and it's Private Russell H.J., 13th of July 1972, and then it mentions the rest of them there as well. And so it says this memorial is dedicated to the men and women from the borough of Carrickfergus who joined the Ulster Defence Regiment to protect their families, neighbours and friends against the terrorist threat in Ulster. And then it says, we salute you. So there you are. And then there's another wee memorial here. And this has a picture of a soldier in it. It's a Ranger, Cyril John Smith, QGM, killed on active service in Northern Ireland, 24th of October 1990. Greater love hath no man than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. And of course that's a scripture verse that Jesus said. And so there's a picture of the soldier. And there's another one here for the Royal Irish Rangers. Says, this cairn was erected in memory of Ranger Cyril Smith, 2nd Battalion, the Royal Irish Rangers, 24th of October 1990. And it says, Ranger Smith was killed rescuing a civilian driver who had been tied to a car bomb by terrorists. He succeeded in releasing the driver and helping him to safety as he knowingly re-entered the danger area to warn his comrades the bomb detonated. For this action, he was posthumously awarded the Queen's Gallantry Medal. There you are. That was very brave, wasn't it? And then that's Carrickfergus Borough Council, and also then the Royal Irish Rangers, and that is the motto of the Royal Irish Rangers, Fahabala, which is Gaelic, which is clear the way. And of course that was also the motto of the Irish Brigade during the American Civil War. The Irish Brigade used to shout Fahabala, clear the way, and then they launched forward with their muskets, and of course at the end of the musket was one of the bayonets. But that was the motto as well of the Irish Brigade during the American Civil War. So a wee bit of history there, which is fantastic. But I'm going to show you now the rest of the memorial. Quite a big memorial here in Carrickfergus, and they've also got a couple of pieces here, which is good, which actually is on just beside the main road here from Lorne to Carrick, and so it certainly is an eye catcher. But before I show you those, I'm going to show you these here wee boards here. That one there's the Royal Irish Legion, 1921 to 2021. And then that one there was erected 4th of August 2014 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the commencement of the First World War. And then this one here is Royal British Legion, 1921 to 1991. And then this one here is in memory of the Battle of the Atlantic, 1939 to 1945. And this one here is marking the sacrifice of the North Irish Horse during the First World War, 1914 to 1918. And then it mentions Lieutenant Colonel Richard Ansley, West, Fee C, that's Victoria Cross. I'm not sure what the other ones are. 2nd September 1918. So there you are. And so I'll show you the field piece first. There you can see the sea, which is it's a beautiful day today. A bit windy, but beautiful day. And so you can see the sea there at Carrickfergus. But this is the field piece that I'm going to show you, which is fantastic to have this here in Carrickfergus. As I say, this has to be one of, if not the biggest war memorials in Northern Ireland, and as I say, maybe even all of Ireland. Fantastic to have that, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Now you can see the shamrock and the red hand. And of course you know why the red hand is only 11 inches, don't you? Because if it had been another inch, it would have been a foot. So there you are, that's the shamrock on the red hand. And there you can see the field piece. I'm not sure who, obviously this must have been part of one of the Irish regiments with the shamrock and the red hand on it, you would assume. Of course the red hand itself, it has a fantastic history as well. Goes right back to the O'Neills and even further. So there's a lot of history which is even still represented today in Northern Ireland and also on the end of Ireland as a whole. And then there's the tank, and this is the tank here. So if you're driving down out of Belfast towards Lorne, or from Lorne towards Belfast through Carrick, look out for the memorial here, because it's on the main road. You can't miss it. Like, it's right beside the sea, and you'll see the tank, and you'll also see the field piece there that I showed you. So there you go, that's the tank. Fantastic, isn't it? How many war memorials in Northern Ireland, you know, has a field piece and also a tank? This is the only one I know of. And it's a Churchill, as you can see. If you want to pause the video, you can have a read of those. But it's a Churchill. So there you go. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic, isn't it? So thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. If you enjoyed the channel, then please like and subscribe. And what I'm going to leave you with is a wee view of the castle, CARRICKFERGUS Castle. God bless.